welcome everybody to the fourth
weekly update.
Fourth weekly update. Hey, there are a couple of very important attachments to the email that came with this video link. One is a printed copy of the weekly update. So in case you didn't want to listen to all of us, or there's a printed copy of it. And number two is the sheet to sign up for conferences. Conference sign-ups start this afternoon, as soon as you get the email. There are links.
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve. There are links for all the teachers that you can sign up for conferences. They will be Zoom conferences. You're not allowed in the building. And
make sure you're only Zoom or signing up for teachers that you have this quarter.
This right now, term 2. Well, or term 1. Well, it's really term 1 and 2. Okay, right now, if your student has me for B days, we're going to have another conferences in December. So, I mean, we could talk now, but I have nothing to talk to you about. So it'd be in December when we actually have something to talk about. Right? So that's a very important email that is connected to our, that is attachment to this email. So please make sure that you click on it and say, hey, I want to sign up for.
And the reason why we're including in our email the 8 Green weekly newsletter is just because you may have me, but you don't have this guy. Okay. So we like to do this for fun.
Yeah. And we realize you don't have 12 minutes of your life to spare to watch us just have fun.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do. I don't know. This is better than Netflix.
According to our analytics, we hold our audience attention for about 4 minutes, and then it drops. So I think probably once we get to Miss Conklin's class,
we're done.
When it starts to drop.
Yeah, that's starting. Yeah.
Boring.
Okay, so we're starting with mine, and then we'll go to Conklin.
Or
what?
Oh, now you're busy.
I'm getting a phone call.
How was that phone call?
Oh, that was a fun phone call. Yeah, it was an interesting phone call.
Was it NASA?
What?
NASA call?
Oh, absolutely NASA.
They were working on their thruster boosters rockets.
I'm ready to go. Okay. All right. So how do you want to just go right down the list, or?
Yeah, let's just do that.
Okay. So
then
I'll
we don't
start.
have to jump. But it could mean that you read mine. That'd be weird.
That'd be weird. I don't think it's going to happen, but let's see. Okay. All right. So in history, we are looking at the cause of the American Revolution right now. We've made it up through the Boston Massacre today. And next week we are going to finish. Hey, Forky! Next week we're going to finish. Oh, goodness gracious. Next week we're going to finish the causes and get into the Declaration of Independence. Finally get into the war itself probably next week. Weekly quiz for this week will go live on Sunday, but I told kids they're probably better off waiting until Monday to do it. So, yeah, that's what we've got for history this week. And so if you have any questions, please make sure you let me know. And that's it for history, and we'll turn it over to Mr. Coleman now.
Was that distracting?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I can hear it in your voice. All right. We have next Mrs. Conklin. Randall. Hello! Students wrapped up the review on characterization, the influence of setting on characters, and moved on to development of theme. Students investigated motifs, turned them into theme statements, and then looked for motifs in their own reading books. Next week, on Monday, students will begin studying dystopian literature. Students should have 2 books to pick up in the SMS lobby. By September 18th, students will be required to read Lewis Lowry's The Giver, and not the sequel, The Taker, and an individual dystopian novel. Each book is labeled with the student's name. Please pick up the books at their earliest convenience. If you are unable to get the books, please let me know so I can make arrangements. Reminder for students should be reading every day outside the classroom for at least 30 minutes a day for the rest of your life. They should also be recording the page numbers daily based on the PRT trackers due Friday for a grade. Students should also be tracking the thinking in their notebooks as they read. remember to think. Please encourage your child to have all their assignments completed before the start of the new unit on Monday. Bye, Mrs. Conklin. Bye, Mrs. Conklin.
Yep, I
These
think they
guys
already
have
shut it off.
long updates.
I know. Nope, I got Mr. DeCarly, but he's got 2 classes, so here we go. Compacted CCLA. Students continued digging into their dystopian novels by looking at symbolism and connection between the books and the real world. Okay. Next week, we'll wrap up dystopia and begin writing our literary essays. Students will need to hang on to their dystopian novels through this writing unit because it will be the basis for their essay. Okay. Please support your student in reading at least 30 minutes every day outside of class, including weekends and breaks. Okay. This week, challenge. This week, we wrapped up our review of characterization and setting and theme. On Monday, we will begin studying dystopian literature. Students' books are available for pickup in the SMS library in the lobby. Each book is labeled with the student name. Please pick up these books at your earliest convenience, but do know that some students said they were going to buy or already had the books. Please check with them before coming to school. If you're unable to get the books, let Mr. DeCarly know and he can make arrangements. Please support your students in reading 30 minutes outside class every day, including weekends and breaks. Yes. That is it for Mr. DeCarly.
We got a lot of guest appearances today.
We do.
That helps with the quarantine edition of Weekend Update. What is it?
4.
Week 4.
Week 4.
My turn.
Your turn.
Mrs. Rep. How would I do her voice? Students wrapped up the review of the influence of settings on characters and moved on to development of theme. In this mini unit, students investigate motifs, turn them in. This looks very similar. Turned them into theme statements and then supported their work with symbolism they identified in their novels. On Friday, September 18th, students spend the time working on the end of the unit pager project to showcase their learning thus far. This assignment is due Monday, in bold, for students who didn't finish in class. Next week, students will begin a 4-week study on dystopian literature. Students will be required to read Lewis Lowry's The Giver, not The Taker, which they should have picked up from the SMS between September 16th and 18th. If your student has not been able to access a copy, let me know. Reminders, as always, all these guys read all the time, no matter what. And students will work in their reader's and writer's notebook often, understanding that not all entries will be submitted for grades. Much of our work will focus on theme analysis, consideration of the author's craft, following the writing process, and developing quality drafts. Scene.
You know what it's time for? Your test and quiz updates. Time for math. Math 8. Students continued working on Unit 2, Transformations. They finished the unit by learning about congruent and similar figures. Students will review on Tuesday with the Unit 2 test scheduled for Wednesday, September 23rd. All Unit 2 work will be accepted up until the test. Following our study of transformation, students will begin to work on Unit 3, angles resulting from parallel lines intersected by a transversal.
Yeah, that sounds riveting.
It does. The Unit 3's test is scheduled for Wednesday, September 30th. Because this unit is short, there will be no Unit 3 quiz. Students are encouraged to take advantage of morning help sessions Tuesday through Friday, 8:15 to 9:15, or 9 a.m., 8:15 to 9 a.m., and afternoon help sessions from 2 to 2:30 if they need assistance accessing or submitting homework online or with any of the content. And remember, all of our office hours are on our Canvas page. I just added that last part. Algebra began working on Module 2, Topic 1, with an in-depth study of linear functions. They continued to review the different forms of linear equations and applied prior knowledge of arithmetic sequence. Students connected the graphs of sequence with the graphs of linear functions.
I think sequence is what makes your clothes shiny.
I think that's what it is, okay? Students reviewed topic 2, module 1. I'm just going to keep going. With the module 2, topic 1, linear functions test scheduled for Friday, September 25th. Students, as always, are encouraged to take advantage of morning and afternoon help sessions if they need any assistance or accessing or submitting online homework or with any of the content. Sincerely, kind regards, Ms. Brooks.
And as always, remember to do math for the rest of your
Every
life.
day for the rest of your life for at least 30 minutes.
All right, and now for the final one, science, my class. Look how short this one is. We're going to start off next week, Concept 1, Cycle 4, continuing how mass affects motion, relationship between mass, force, and acceleration. We have an investigation to conduct. We then will take a quiz on Wednesday, September 23rd. And then Concept 2, we will begin how does speed and mass of an object affect its kinetic energy? And we're going to focus on notes on the relationship between speed and kinetic energy, as well as the effect of mass on kinetic energy. Wow.
So I guess to test that, we're going to like throw me off a building or something to see my mass and all the kinetic energy with this much mass.
Yeah, and then we're going to throw someone that's not you so we can compare.
So we can compare and contrast.
Because gravity's going to affect both of you the same. Well, if it's you and I, it'll affect us the same. Yeah.
But me and Miss Brooks, probably not.
Probably not. Anything else to put in for this week?
I don't think anything else. Just make sure you click on and sign up for conferences. I want to go get some spicy chicken McNuggets from McDonald's. Hello, Forky.
No.